Okay, let's hope we can find Sheridan's children from her past life as Susan right here. You know, it's gonna be so hard to ID Sheridan's husband through their children. We don't even know his name. And that's if Sheridan and her husband even had children.
Well, I have to know who Sheridan spent her former life with. And if her husband made her happy. Franklin Leva Jr. I have to know who Sheridan spent her life with as Susan after the Titanic sank. Was the man that she married good to her? Did he make her happy? Keep her safe?
Luis, you know, this could be a wild goose chase. We may never know what happened.
I know. I just have to find Sheridan.
Luis, no matter what you find, you're never going to find Sheridan. Listen, she, like Susan and Liam, is dead and gone.
Beth, I'm sorry. It's just seeing that photo of Sheridan from 90 years ago, looking as alive as she did when I last saw her. It just brought back a lot of memories.
I know. Listen, there's no need for you to apologize. I know how much you miss Sheridan. And moving on with your life isn't like, you know, taking a trip from point A to point B. Sometimes your heart just goes around in circles and you end up right back where you started. Like now.
Wow. This is crazy. You know I don't believe in ESP or whatever it's called, right? But I just feel like Sheridan is in pain right now. Like her heart is breaking.
Luis, when you, as Liam, died on the Titanic, Sheridan, Susan, she moved on to start a new life, to find love with another man. And even in the letter that she wrote you, Sheridan said that it was okay for you to do the same thing. She wanted you to move on and to find love again.
I know, I want that too. Hey, you know I do.
I know you say you do. And listen, I truly hope that you find the answers you want about Sheridan's past life. My question is, then what?
I'm not following you here.
What about this life, Luis? The life that we're left together in right now. Do you really want to try and start over, or well, have you changed your mind about us?
Beth, nothing's changed. I still want us to pick up where we left off and, well, try and build a life together. But it's like you said, moving on after losing someone, it's not like just going from point A to point B. You know, it's gonna be a little rocky at times.
This is one of those times.
Yeah. Sheridan is part of my being, and obviously because we've had all these past lives together. I can't just turn my back on that.
I'm not asking you to. I want you to be at peace about Sheridan.
Okay, well, look, it's just gonna make it a lot easier for me to move on in this life if I know that Sheridan was happy in her past life.
As long as you know that you can't change what happened.
Look, I want closure, okay? That's all.
Okay. Come on, let's get back to the website archives. I mean, even I'm curious to see who took Liam's place in Susan's life. I mean, I doubt that he's still alive, but, you know, I guess his soul could have been reincarnated. The man that Susan fell in love with after she lost you, well, he could be alive right now.
Yeah.
What if it's someone that we know?
All right, come on. The odds of that are like 1 in a billion, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can find out who Susan wound up with. Look. The one woman in first class on the Titanic named Susan, and a ship's officer named Franklin Leva had 4 children. One of which, Franklin Jr., is listed still being alive.
Sheridan's son. We actually found the sole surviving child that Susan had with First Officer Leva. Now, if we can find Franklin Leva, then, well, we can find out if Sheridan was happy or not. I'll call the station house. Maybe they can find out where he lives, and maybe you can get his phone number. Headquarters tracked down Franklin Leva. And guess what? He's a priest, and he lives in Bermuda. This is incredible. One of Sheridan's children from her last life lives in Bermuda.
And he's a priest.
Yeah, Father Franklin Leva Jr. It's like our past lives and our present lives are tied to that island. You know, I'm going to call Franklin Leva Jr., and I'm going to have him tell me about Sheridan and the man that she loved after I died.